Let's get into something that's holding way too many of us back: imposter syndrome. Now, I'm not talking about mild nerves before you try something new. I'm talking about that deep, nagging voice that tells you you're not legit, that you're faking it, that at any moment now, someone's going to find you out and it's going to fall apart. If you've ever felt like your success isn't real, like your accomplishments don't count, like you don't deserve the opportunities showing up in your life, welcome. You're not alone. And you're not broken. But this mindset, it will sabotage your potential if you let it. This episode is about calling that voice out and cutting its mic off for good. Because here's the truth. Imposter syndrome is not humility. It's self-doubt in disguise. And you cannot build a bold, aligned life while secretly believing you don't belong in it. So let's talk. Let's break it down. And let's finally free you from it together. Are you ready? I am. I'm Jonah. I'm your person. Let's get to it. Welcome back, and thanks for joining me. Let's start with the roots. Imposter syndrome often shows up in high achievers, creatives, entrepreneurs, and especially first-gen success stories. Why? Because you're doing something that's new for you and often new for everyone around you. That disconnect between where you are and where you think you should be, that's where imposter syndrome breeds. Some of us were raised in environments that praised humility to the point of invisibility. Some of us never saw people who looked like us doing the things that we're now doing. So it feels like we're kind of trespassing. And some of us got so used to overworking and overproving ourselves that rest and confidence feel suspicious. Here's the question to sit with, though. Who told you you had to earn your belonging instead of just being worthy of it? Imposter syndrome isn't always logical. It shows up even when you're qualified, even when you've put in the work, and even when your results speak for themselves. And that's what makes it dangerous. It doesn't respond to facts. It feeds on feelings. So we have to treat the source, not just the symptoms. Let's talk about the greatest hits, the lies imposter syndrome loves to repeat. I'm not really that good. Even if you've succeeded, it must have been luck, or timing, or something else. Here's one. If I was legit, this would feel easier. False. Growth always feels awkward, and mastery and doubt can exist at the same time. How about this one? Everyone else has it figured out. Nope. Most people are winging it, and some are just better at hiding it. Here's another one. If I speak up, I'll sound dumb. Okay, so you stay quiet, and someone else with half your insights takes the space that you should have been in that was yours. These thoughts don't just cost you opportunities. They train your nervous system to associate visibility with danger. But here's the truth. If you're in the room, you're meant to be there. And if you're doubting yourself because you care, that's not a flaw. That's proof of your integrity. So here's a doable challenge for you. This week, write down 3 accomplishments that you're proud of. No downplaying, no disclaimers, then say it out loud. I did that. It wasn't luck. It was me. And sit with how uncomfortable that feels. Then do it again tomorrow. All right, let's get real about the cost of imposter syndrome. It doesn't just make you anxious. It makes you shrink. You stay quiet at meetings. You second guess your decisions. You downplay your wins. And then you might even defer to people who are less informed, but more confident. But here's the dangerous part. You start building a life that feels safe, but never satisfying. You never go for that promotion. You never pitch that idea. You never launch the thing. You stay busy, but you never feel fulfilled. And over time, that eats away at you. Because deep down, you know you're capable of more. And that gap between who you are and how you're living, that's the real pain point. So let me ask you this. If you believed you belonged, what would you do differently this week? Think about that. Really. Because imposter syndrome will convince you that playing small is being humble. But it's really just hiding. And hiding doesn't protect you. It disconnects you. So let's flip that today. Okay, let's talk about a habit that fuels imposter syndrome. Outsourcing your self-worth. This is what it looks like. Waiting for likes or applause before believing something is valuable. Needing external validation to feel ready. Measuring your worth by how others react instead of how aligned you feel. And it's exhausting because no amount of praise can stick if you don't believe it inside. You've probably done this without realizing it. You post something powerful, but if it doesn't get engagement, you delete it. You speak up, but if someone doesn't nod in agreement, you question yourself. You achieve something, but because no one claps loud enough, you downplay it. And that's not confidence, that's emotional outsourcing. Here's the shift. 2.0 you doesn't need approval to know they're valuable. They already decided that their work matters, their story matters, their voice matters. So here's your next challenge. This week, post or publish something meaningful without checking for reactions for 24 hours. No likes, no comments, no external input, just self-trust. Let your own yes be enough. If I asked you for your resume, you'd probably show me your degrees, job titles, certifications, employment history, all valid. But what about your internal resume? That's the list of battles you've survived, risks you've taken, and moments you showed up when it would have been easier to disappear. Most of us forget to honor this stuff, but it's what actually built you. You're not impressive because of what's on your LinkedIn. You're impressive because you got back up again and again. I want you to write this down. I've done hard things before. I can do this too. Imposter syndrome fades when you remember your own receipts. And here's your next challenge. Build a one-page inner resume. Bullet points of things you've overcome that no one clapped for, but it mattered to you. Keep it somewhere visible. That's your evidence. That's your anchor. Here's something that people get wrong. Confidence is not a personality trait. It's a pattern. You don't have confidence. You build it by keeping promises to yourself. And every time you do the hard thing you said you'd do, your brain starts trusting you. And here's a twist. You can feel nervous and still act with confidence. You can have doubt and still move forward. You don't need 100% belief, just 51% and a little momentum. Stop waiting to feel ready. Confidence doesn't come before action. It's built through action. And here's your next challenge. Pick one small, specific promise to yourself this week. Just one. Keep it no matter what. And then let yourself prove your own reliability again. All right, are you ready for some bonus content? Good, because now it's time to commit to using our brains. Are you ready? Okay, good. This is the daily rep that rewires your brain out of imposter thinking. Every morning, try this short 3-minute routine. Number 1, affirm out loud, I do not need to prove my worth. I am already enough. Number 2, power reminder. Write down one thing you've overcome or accomplished in your past and reread it. Number 3, micro win setup. Set one small intention you can finish today. Not perfect, just done. And then keep your word to yourself. Do that every day for 7 days and watch what shifts. You don't need more hype. You need more honor for your own effort. Don't forget to drop a like and a follow if you're enjoying the show. How about some more bonus content? Okay, here we go. Let's be honest. Imposter syndrome isn't something you cure forever. It comes back in moments of expansion, when you step into something new, when you're growing. So, what do? You recognize the voice and you name it. Literally say to yourself, oh, this is the imposter voice. That's not truth. That's fear trying to protect me. It helps create distance. And then speak back to it. I see you. I get why you're here. But we're not living small anymore. I've got this. And the more you do that, the quieter the voice becomes. Not because it disappears, but because you stop believing it. All right, this bonus content is feeling pretty good, so let's keep it going. Here's a reframe, and this one just might blow your mind. Sometimes, imposter syndrome means you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Think about it. If you feel stretched, exposed, or challenged, it probably means you're growing. And you're in unfamiliar territory because you're becoming someone you've never been before. And that doesn't make you a fraud. That makes you in progress. So the goal isn't to never feel imposter syndrome. The goal is to feel it and move anyway. Because you're not the only one figuring it out. The people you admire, they feel it too. They just stopped letting it decide for them. Okay, here's some final bonus content. I'm going to leave you with this. You are not a fluke. You are not a mistake. You're not fooling anyone. You're learning. You're growing. You're showing up even when it's uncomfortable. And that's not being an imposter. That's being real. So let's say this together, and I want you to mean it this time. I don't fear the challenge. I am the challenge. I don't shrink. I rise. And this isn't just a podcast. This is a reminder that you're already becoming the version of you that your future self is going to be so damn proud of. If this episode hit home, good. That means something in you is ready to shift. Imposter syndrome might still whisper, but after today, it doesn't get to run the show. You've got way too much truth, too much experience, and too much purpose to keep living like you're an accident in the room you work to walk into. And here's what I want you to remember. You belong here. You earned your seat. And even if the voice of doubt comes back tomorrow, you don't have to listen. This week, I want you to live like your 2.0 self. Speak up, show up, take the risk your 1.0 self would have tiptoed around. And if you need to hear it one more time, I've got you. You're not a fraud. You're not behind. You're becoming. I'm so proud of you. And I'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same truth. And until then, stay bold, stay grounded, stay becoming. And hey, if this helped you, share it with someone who's walking in their own imposter moment. You never know who needs it today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming back, and have a great week.